What's up guys, welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, we have one of the newest monsters that I'm going to be doing a full review on. It's one of the newest mythic monsters named Umbrakine. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm going to be doing a full review from level 1 to 150, rank 5. You guys will see this monster in action, see basically the skills and everything you need to know. But I hope you guys are excited. If you are, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and it's going to get started. Alright guys, so take a look at this. This is the monster that we have here. Reminds me of another monster's design. You guys let me know in the comments down below. I don't know the name of it, that's the thing. But it looks very, very similar to another monster that we had in the past. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start ranking this monster up. Huge thanks to Social Point for basically sponsoring this video, giving me everything that I need to make this video possible for you guys. The resources such as gems, cells, and everything was given in this private account. Also, there's going to be a QR code somewhere on the screen. You guys can go ahead and scan that if you're playing on a computer and basically get the game if you haven't already, or click the top link down below as well if you're playing on a mobile device. But take a look at this, guys. We have Abomination as one of the traits. Then we have Immunity to Torture. And then rank 3, you have Status Area Decay. Okay, so applies Decay to all enemies at the start of its first turn. Interesting. Now, I actually like this. So we have Abomination, Immunity to Torture. Yeah, this trait's actually not bad. But I wonder what this monster actually does. I can't be an attack. It doesn't look like an attacker to me. It just doesn't give that kind of vibe. Maybe some kind of like torturer possibly, or maybe like a denier. I can see that. I could see that for sure. But anyways, we're going to start feeding it up and then we're going to see what this monster gives us. It looks like there's actually a decay to an enemy and you get an extra turn. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have an extra turn. I could see this monster being an extra turner, but I don't know if it's going to be like multiple skills that are extra turns. We'll see. But I did point out the torture part, and looks like one of the skills, Void Step, actually does apply a random torture to everybody. So I guess I wasn't totally wrong. Anyways, so 150, there you go, guys. This is the stats. We got 66,016. And then for life, we have 1.962 million life and 32,600 speed. Okay, speed's actually pretty good. Let's take a look. We have shock, decay, and 1 random torture to one enemy. Gains 1 extra turn. Oh, there's your extra turn again. Oh, another extra turn. Applies decay, nightmares, and random torture to all enemies. Okay, that's nice. We're going to keep this extra turn skill, but the only issue is both of these skills are 4 turn cooldowns and 52 stamina cost. That's insane, dude. Oh my gosh, what a way to ruin a monster, dude. Oh my gosh. This folly skill is a moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies nightmares and a random torture. Okay, this one doesn't come with a torture. This one it does. And okay. Well, actually, this does come with a torture. I meant like no extra turn. That's what I meant. So you only have 3 extra turns, which is a lot. Okay, 3 extra turns is a lot of extra turns. It's not like 1 or 2. But the thing is, the issue with these is obviously the cooldowns and stamina cost, but especially the cooldowns. This monster cannot cycle forever, unfortunately. I don't think so. We're going to find out in a second, but I highly doubt it. Temporal Breach, which is a insane dark damage to all enemies, that removes tortures from all enemies and deals moderate damage per effect removed. Ooh, that's actually pretty good ultimate. The thing is, though, you don't want to make this monster as an attacker. You know what I mean? You really don't. I guess unless you like decide to change out the extra turn skills and swap out the extra turns for like actual damaging skills, you can definitely take that route. It has double sword. Dude, that's confusing, man. Like, are you supposed to make this monster an extra turner, or I'm sorry, are you supposed to make it an attacker or not? You know what I mean? Definitely give it a Star Sealer Sword. He definitely needs. Actually, you might want to give 2. If you have 2 Star Sealer Sword, give it. If you don't have 2, you can actually switch it out with something else. Literally anything, really. I could do, I don't know, a Virus Sword. Now, if you guys want to hear my suggestions on the runes, what I personally recommend is giving this monster full speed. You want this monster to take in second turn, but try not to let it take first turn. You know what I mean? Because if you do, and there's Mega Taunt in the enemy team, you're kind of screwed. You can't really do much. Monster kind of becomes unusable in a way, or the skills does at least. So unless you're going to be running it as attacker, that's a whole different story. But if you're going to be running it as a like denier kind of way, then I would run like full speed, but try to get this monster to go in second and not first. Now here's what I paired it up with, guys. Obviously Florian, come on. I know you guys see Florian a lot, but he's just such a good monster, guys. So the reason why we're doing Florian is because not only is he fast, his stats are pretty up to date, but also the fact that this monster can open up the path and would be a really good duo with this monster, right? So here, I'll show you guys real quick what I mean. So Florian gets a first turn. There's Anticipation right there. You want to get rid of Anticipation, right? You pierce through the taunt. This is a perfect example. You pierce through the taunt and you kind of, trade disable the Anticipation, apply your tortures, which is even, like a cherry on top. Now here, you could take one route or the other, right? So one route is to apply possession and toxins, which is huge. Or you can go ahead and just AoE trade disable all of them. So literally get rid of trade disable everybody, but also you're applying 2 tortures on everybody, which is also pretty good. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're sacrificing the toxins with the possession part if you're not going to use that skill. But on the other hand, you're still doing a lot by just trade disabling and applying those 2 tortures. Now, here's what you can do. So now that this monster can actually use all the extra turn skills without having to worry about anticipation, what you can do is start out with this skill right here, which is only 2 turns. I would recommend starting out with this first, because then after you use this and you use these other 2 skills, that skill will come back off of cooldown. I'll show you guys in a second. But take a look at this. We use the decay on, let's say, Blameria. So Blameria gets the decay, right? There we go. And then what you could do next turn, you can apply the decay, nightmares, and random torture to everybody. So it doesn't matter who you really hit, but you can literally just go ahead and hit anybody with it, just like that. Just like that. Okay, let me see here. I actually just want to check what we have. We have nightmares, frosted, native virus, sunburn, hellfire, decay, and decay. So we have 20% so far from the decay. That's going to be actually 30%. Look, there's another one right there. So 30% decay that's going to hit him next turn, which is insane. And then we're about to stack up another one, because remember, guys, you can keep stacking them. So Blamira, take another one, buddy. There you go. You get curse, shock, and that. And then now this skill is back off of cooldown, so I can go ahead and reuse it and use it on whoever I want. So I was able to use 4 extra turn skills instead of 3. You know what I mean? Because I cycled it right. This one comes with nightmares and a random torture to everybody while dealing some damage. Actually, I don't know if I want to use this. I'm not gonna use it because I kind of want to stack up my decay skill on that Blameria just to mess with him a little bit. Let's see how far we can actually go with just stacking up the decay on that monster. And I just want to see how much damage we can actually deal at the end. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this Monsteria get a turn in. Monstera. I think that's the name, is going to get the turn in. Let's see. So, oh my gosh, 235k. That's insane. Dude, those tortures literally like destroyed him. All right, now before I let this monster get a turn in, take a look at this. We have 1 decay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 decays, guys. So you multiply that right there, 16 times 10. Oh my god, no, my game crashed. Oh my gosh, I wonder if it was because I just applied so many decay to that monster. They didn't want me to show like how much damage is going to be. Wow, that sucks. But I think it's around what, 150, 160, maybe 170%. I think it's like 160. Yeah, it's like 160% that it was going to actually take out. So it was definitely going to eliminate, or destroy, I should say, more than just eliminate. It would have destroyed that Blameria 100%. It would have actually done overkill, which again, 160% is an insane amount of like that's more than 100. All you need is 100 to get rid of, you know, all the life. So 160 is something else. Like, that's insane. But you guys just saw we stacked up all those freaking tortures, or basically decay is technically a torture in a way, or negative status effect, whatever you want to, you know, count it as. But it was going to destroy that Blameria. Dude. But yeah, the monster is actually not bad. The only thing that kind of is like a downside that kind of turns me off of this monster is the fact that, you know, the cooldowns and stamina costs on these 2 skills are just insane. You know what I mean? I get it. It's packed with a lot of stuff, right? Which is totally understandable. But at least the cooldown could have been a bit lower. Bring it down to like 2 or 3. Seriously, 2 or 3. The monster would have been kind of decent. It's still decent, I would say. Yeah, the monster's definitely like usable. That's for sure. Like, you could definitely win a lot of battles with this monster if you play it correctly. But it's just, you know, the fact that you can't really cycle these skills forever. You can only use it up to 4 times. Right, what's that, 40% altogether of the decay you can stack up with some tortures, which could definitely eliminate some monsters for sure, because there's also other tortures on top of the decay. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, though. That's going to be pretty much it for today's monster video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get next one. Peace out. Turn it on.